Dixon, this story is done and dusted at this point, as Zach Kaplan would say. But just can I get your brief take on the Florida interaction? Like, what did you see? Did you see anything with your own eyes?
Yeah, so I had a pretty good angle of this. I'm walking in behind Parker. I'm about, 20, 30 feet behind him. And so I see him talk, like the coach talking to him, and I'm like, oh, they know each other. Everybody knows Parker.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Parker's like, so the board's big, so you can't hold it without two hands. So he's holding it like this, and he says what he says, and Parker's like, does a full turn. You talking to me? And so that was my angle, and then I heard him say, yeah, I'm talking to you, MFer. And so I was like,
he gets worse.
I was
every
like,
time.
oh, he's being for real. I was just like in shock, I guess. I was like, this is unreal. I'd never seen anything like that before baseball. Like, nothing baseball related. It was just, he was mad we got an hour of sleep, I guess.
He was mad at the world. Again, and we'll get Cliff on, and I'll ask him, and he probably won't say anything, but I'm still shocked that Cliff didn't lose his mind. And Parker, in his story, said Cliff finally got in there and basically told him to shut up, and Parker stopped there. But,
he was cool the whole time.
Man, good for him. Yeah.
Yeah, it really surprised me.
Yeah.
I thought it was about to go down.
We had Evan Volov on the show. He said, 2018 Cliff might have been different than 2025 Cliff in that situation. But, hey, y'all got the win. You got 2 wins against those guys. And
that's right.
Made for a great regional. And, man, what a game that Sunday where 1-0, man. That was a great ball game, and just couldn't quite get that run across.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Definitely a pitch match.
Well, Dixon, we'll talk about your career a little bit, but I want to talk about what's next. You will be going to – well, first of all, what were you doing in California? Was that a personal trip or a baseball trip?
Yeah, baseball. Had a couple workouts out there with some teams, and then started off in New York, then went out to Cali for a couple days.
What is that? Just swinging and defense? And
yeah, it's more so like your pro-style tryout. Like, you just take a couple ground balls at your spot, hit some BP.
Yeah, I've done that on Road to the Show. I know how that goes.
Yeah. What year was that? 20. They quit doing it.
Oh, really?
East versus West. You remember that?
Huh. I don't know. I remember the one around COVID time. I played that one all the time. And I just remember
21.
fielding some balls. And
yeah, that was the last time they did it.
Yeah.
They quit doing that.
So you're invited to the MLB Draft Combine, correct?
Yes.
So we see the football combine. That's very famous. Basketball as well. But football combine, I talk to these guys, and like Rajay, he's training for the combine drills. It's not even a lot of football. It's a 40. It's doing whatever, sprint, like all kinds of different drills and stuff. Is it similar for baseball, or is it more baseball? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, football, those guys train 3 months for that. But this is more meetings. So you'll be talking with I guess a lot of the guys within the organization, so it'll be you and them in the room kind of thing is what I've gotten from it. So, and you can hit BP, run the 60, do all that stuff too.
Right.
There, or you can opt out of that and just do the meetings.
Well, we've asked you enough dumb questions, so you should be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like, are you a dog or a cat? I wonder, do they ask you dumb questions like that, or
no?
So they won't realize?
They'll ask you. There are some questionnaires that are I guess just good people questionnaires, like, do you put your shopping cart up?
Oh, man. We talked about that the other day on the show.
Yeah.
Who would say no to that?
I'm the worst person in the world, actually. What?
Have you ever told a one-legged man to stick a whiteboard up his butt? Kevin O'Sullivan had to answer yes on that.
7.999 billion people said no.
Yeah.
One guy's like, of course. What else would I tell him?
I had a bad morning, okay? Leave me alone.
I got an extra hour of sleep. I was grumpy. All right? Give me a break.
So, Dixon, would you like to come on this show and announce one more year at ECU?
Yeah, I would love to do that. I don't know.
But you won't be doing that? Nah, man. So you kind of knew all along that this was it for you, basically?
I wouldn't say that. No. I mean, anything can happen. So,
right.
The draft for baseball is a weird thing, so it's definitely not out of the cards.
Okay, still a possibility, but you've got enough, I guess, feedback from what teams and I don't know. Do you have an agent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
kind of, but like I said, I mean, they can tell you all these things, but
sure,
stuff, guys don't sign or guys want more money, and then you end up falling down boards or going up boards. So it's a different process than anything.
The MLB draft is really different than any other sport when it comes to the money.
Yeah, you'll see guys, maybe they want more money, but necessarily don't have to go in the first round. So, and some guys will take less money to go in the first round. So,
yeah, I think we've seen instances where I don't know about number 1 overall pick, but early in the draft, good players won't get selected because they know that they can't pay them enough or whatever.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. Or you got the same caliber player, but one's willing to take less money.
Right.
You might see him go 1-1 compared to a guy who wants more money.
Where is the draft combine, Dixon?
Is in Arizona.
All right, Arizona. And that is when? End of the month?
I think it's like a bunch of days, like the 18th to the 22nd, but I think my flight was the 18th and I come back the 20th, so you don't have to stay there the entire time.
You and Ethan Young going to be a part of that?
Yep. I haven't talked to him, but I'm sure he'll be heading out there, but yeah, I haven't talked to him much about it. I'll see him out there.
Dixon, if you do go on to play professional baseball, there will be some returning Pirates, and a lot of folks, focus on the players leaving, and the portal has been around long enough now, and I've been doing this show long enough to it doesn't even affect me anymore, really. If we lose 15 guys, Jared,
yeah,
it's like okay, whatever. That's unfortunately that's what it is. I've focused more on the returners, and I am very pleased with what ECU has returning next year with Norby, with Irby, Colby, Herring, Bear, the bunch of core guys returning for this Pirate baseball team next year.
Yeah, I thought those videos are a great idea because, like you said before, maybe 2 years ago you would just see the guys leaving and then everybody's
you freak out,
right? And now you have these videos to show actually what we have coming back, and you got a good core group there, and excited for those guys. And obviously we didn't finish the way we wanted to, but I have no doubt those guys will get back there and prove something.
Saw your move to shortstop late in the year. Other than that, Dixon, and I think you even alluded to it maybe in one of the interviews, that something behind the scenes that the team's coming closer together or whatever, but what did change down the stretch for you guys that led to the victories?
I guess I think it ultimately came to the point where we realized this could be our last game in the conference tournament, so it was just do or die in a way, and we just came together as a team, and nobody was playing for their own stats or we were just playing for each other, in my opinion. And I think everybody could tell compared to probably the 2 months before that, it was bad baseball, and then next thing you know, it's like a completely different team. So it was just one of those special situations that baseball can bring out in teams.
You've always had a very calm demeanor, never too high or too low, but even talking to you during the season, you can say whatever you want, but you did say we're going to figure this out, everybody relax, that kind of thing. And I guess you meant what you said, because you believed the whole way through that you had something with this team, right?
Yeah, I think the whole us as a team, we always had the internal belief that we were going to get there, and it's hard to balance because you don't want to be we're going to make it to a regional, because it's not everybody does that, but it seems that we do. And so I was believing it the whole way, and then you get to the end and it's we got to start winning some ball games to get where we want to go. But yeah, everybody in the clubhouse was believing for sure.
Now, how about at the top with Cliff and Palumbo? Those guys have had so much success. They are not used to losing games. So how was it, hearing from them all season?
Yeah, it was interesting. Just a lot of team meetings. You got to do whatever you got to do to get everybody to buy in. And so at the end, you saw we started, getting rid of some people, and I think that ultimately helped us out, because anybody that didn't believe, we were just get them out. Just go ahead and get them out now.
There you go. Jared, a question for Dixon?
No.
No further questions? How about it seems like a guy gets hot, Dixon, every postseason, conference tournament and regional. And I think for this team, it was Austin Irby who was just scorching there at the end. How about watching? What was it like, Dixon? You were a freshman that didn't get a ton of playing time. We saw you really blossom as a sophomore. But how about that guy at the end of his freshman year hitting the way he did?
It didn't surprise me because that dude has a ton of confidence, and we kind of knew it all year. It was just like, when's this guy going to break out? And, dude, it was like he couldn't get out. I don't know. He might have got out, 3 times, 4 times the entire regional. But super talented, and we always believed in him. So I was happy for him for sure.
That confidence carried over to his defense as well. Made some awesome plays, scoops at first, great catches, foul territory. So
yeah, he's a good player.
How about your defense, Dixon? Just sliding in the shortstop late in the year and playing a great shortstop. You know, what was you've played baseball your whole life, right? So part of it's natural, but man, it's got to be tough at the end of the year playing the toughest position in the infield. So how was that for you?
Yeah, it was different because everybody's, at second I was talking a lot, but at shortstop you really have to communicate with the guys. So, and that's not my forte, I would say. So
right.
After every game I was just exhausted, man, because I'm just screaming the entire game, it felt like, because that's what I had to do. I had to over-exaggerate it in a way. But, yeah, I got out of my comfort zone and was glad I was able to do that to help the team.
Are you going to be at second for the combine or with these tryouts the last few days?
Everybody goes over to short.
Okay.
So, like, even third basemen you take, like, 5 ground balls at short. So, I mean, like I said, I just try to be an athlete over there, go get everything, and make up for the arm strength maybe a little bit, or the lack thereof.
Well, this could really help you, Dixon, with teams to go in and say, I could play, like you said, athlete. Just put me somewhere, because
right.
You've had a lot of experience different places here at ECU.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal, just to be able to say, hey, you can stick me anywhere. I'll go make some plays for you, and then come in and hit. So that's the main thing.
Jamie says, were you contacted at all from teams trying to poach you?
Poach me?
Yeah, like during the off season, hey Dixon, come play.
College teams?
Yeah,
like last year.
I guess it would be freshman, sophomore year.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I never had guys reaching out to me. I guess the problem nowadays is the coaches reach out to guys' agents, and then these agents are making deals for the guys, and all they have to say is yes or no. So I think that makes it easier for them, instead of being like it actually being a conversation with the player.
And it's probably technically legal if you go about it that way. It's pretty slimy, obviously, but like,
yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
So, but guys can tell their guys that, yeah, I'm open to agreements. But I would have, even if I had a guy that was doing that for me, I don't know. I don't see it that way. I would have told him to not close the door.
I'm glad you chose the path you did, Dixon, but after a freshman year, you're a great ball player. You didn't see the field much. Were there, thoughts of you leaving East Carolina for somewhere?
No, never that. I just hope, guys will see that you don't have to. You might not play right away, but that's something my dad he never let me quit a team, or anytime I committed to a basketball team or a baseball team, I finished out the season. So I think a lot of it does start from there, and people kind of got to see that if you stick it out, good things will happen.
Man, that's great to hear, and a good message to pass along. And that has been not just you, Dixon. I mean, Connor Norby couldn't hit a baseball his first year at East Carolina. Carter Spivey couldn't get anybody out his first year at ECU. And we're talking about All-Americans at ECU by the time they finish their career. So, and it makes you feel good, too. Like, I did not like putting in tobacco with my dad growing up as a kid, but, like, you did feel good after a hard day's work. Then, like, I don't know, it makes you, if you earn something and stick it out like you did, you got to feel good about it, right? Your career here at ECU.
I think you hear plenty of stories like that from guys from ECU, just sticking it out, and then you see good things happen. But a lot of people don't understand that when you're sitting there just watching baseball, being around it every day, and maybe not playing, you learn a lot that way too. So it definitely helps. Whereas if you're the man from day one, and all you're doing is playing, you might not be learning some of those lessons behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's a good point. As Jake Hunter, what did he focus on, learn more of when he was out injured? And he said being a better teammate. And he said, he couldn't do the physical stuff, but could be around you guys. And he was proud of himself. Not that he was a bad teammate before, probably, but he said that's what he kind of focused on. And man, was glad he and Riley could show out and perform well to end their careers this year.
Yeah, and you take a look at both of them, and they're ultimate teammate guys playing for the team, and they have a lot of success. And I think that just goes to show you when you care about the guys you're playing with, your performance will take care of itself.
All right, talking to Dixon Williams here inside the Pirate Radio studios. We've got a question. He's got another few minutes here. So, Dixon, what's your day-to-day like now? You still getting in swings and stuff like that, or you relaxing?
I did, because I was hitting a little bit because I had those workouts coming up, and then I'll probably just be lifting, like working out every day, and probably taking a little mental break, because I think after the draft, it does go pretty quick. You get thrown into the fire a little bit, so I want to be ready for that for sure.
Yeah, I try to figure out what a college player's off season is, because you go from college. Jarrett, you were out there at the Yard Gnomes the other day. A couple Pirates out there.
Yeah,
we talked to Jake Hunter. He went from the regional to the MLB Draft League and started in a game 3 days after the ECU season. It's crazy what you guys do.
Right. Yeah. Last summer I took a week break, headed up to play summer ball, played 40-some games, and then you come back and you're inter squad in 2 weeks after that, and then you get a month at Christmas break and you're right back in inter squad. And so
you gotta love it. I hope.
Yeah, it can be a lot, but you also have to take advantage of that downtime and really give yourself a little bit of off time, because if not, it can burn you out. So you got to be careful of that.
Yeah, you mentioned Austin Irby, and you talked about his confidence. He's got a smile on his face a lot too, Dixon, and it seems like he has fun playing baseball. Winning is fun, I know, but can you still get the joy out of baseball like you did when you were a kid?
Yeah, that was a big part down the stretch too. I forgot to bring it up, but we talked about it a lot, just being excited to do the things we do. And when you bring that excitement, it's infectious, and other guys kind of grab onto it, and you'll see everybody start to smile. So yeah, having fun is definitely a big part of it.
I think I've heard you or Ethan or maybe both say you get to do it, not have to do it,
right.
That attitude.
Yeah,
and we saw that in the team down the stretch, definitely. Jamie said, question, have you seen clips post on Twitter about you when you had a highlight? Well,
had a highlight?
I think he's referring to things I would post if you hit a home run.
Did you post it? What, you text me?
I was going to get to that. One time Dixon got upset because you were like, hey, man, hadn't been getting any texts from you after I hit a home run. I was like, my bad. I didn't know you liked it. You enjoyed it. Yeah, Jamie, I would send those personally to Dixon to make sure he saw it, just to pump him up a little bit, give him some confidence.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I always laughed on the bus after the game, and then I sit beside Boucher. But what are you laughing at? I'm like, nothing.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man. It's kind of weird. Yeah, Jamie, I would share that just in case Dixon wasn't following me on social media. Cliff Godwin probably has the whole team block me at this point. So, yeah, I don't know. Or mute, not block. I think Cliff had me muted for a while.
You're good now. Season's over.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to talking to Cliff. But he has been trying to figure out who's going to be on his roster for next year. And like we said, got some great Pirates returning. Well, Dixon, you are a local kid like myself. Went from Conley. I went Conley Pitt ECU. So I got the whole trifecta. But from Conley to ECU, are you kind of ready for, I don't know, the next stage in life where maybe you'll be outside of Pitt County?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think it's really hit me yet.
Yeah.
I will in a little bit or later. But yeah, I think so. But I'm definitely appreciative for this town and all the support.
Cool to have Pack, Franny in the dugout helping you guys out, being a part of the team. How much of the rest of your long life will be centered around baseball after your playing days? Are you going to go back to it or find something else to do?
I'm not really sure. I feel like a lot of guys say they want and end up doing it. So,
Right.
I could be in that boat. Like I said, I'm not sure. You never know when your playing days are going to be over. So it can happen quick. So I'm just going to enjoy these moments right now. And
Absolutely.
it could definitely be a possibility in the future.
Yeah, got a long career coming up though. Have you? And man, we keep up with what's going on. Trey Savage moving up to AA.
Oh, yeah.
That's been awesome to see. Zach Agno's had a rough week, but he's had some great success in Major League Baseball. JC, we keep up with all these guys. Josh Gross. Have you talked to those guys about like the next step, like what to expect, that kind of stuff?
I've been texting. JC's been texting me a little bit, but I'll probably end up giving some of those guys a call just to, hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
Because they've been through it and they know a lot more than me. So I'll definitely reach out to those guys. But I saw Trey had 4 walks. Did he walk like the first 4 batters he faced?
I don't know. He gave up a run early, but but was that a little nerves maybe or something? That first
I feel like
AA
the
start?
scouting report was like, don't swing.
Because when you do, you usually don't hit it because he got his number of strikeouts. But yeah, Dixon, we wish you the best of luck. PJ says good luck, DW. Jamie says we'll miss you on the field, and great on the field, great on the show. But we'll keep in touch. It's not goodbye. It's see you later.
Yeah. Maybe I can get on a Zoom call on the golf course like Ryan.
It's funny. He wasn't even in the program then, but like Cliff was so pissed off at Ryan McChrystal for doing that. He was like, Cliff, I'd have hung up on him. I'd have cut the video.
Oh, I know.
Not going to big league me like that.
Yeah.
And then the next time you called him, he was like playing with his girlfriend's dog or something.
Yeah, the dog took over the whole damn interview.
Hold on, Cliff. I got to hit this wedge shot real quick. We'll be back.
Dixon, good luck, buddy. What did Jamie ask for? Oh, I think he wanted one more. Come on, Sean. Just for Sean's at the beach.
Look at Sean.
Couldn't even hang around to see you here today. Hit it, Shirley.
Come on, Sean.
That's the updated version. Long sigh.
Is that the deep breath?
That's I said, JC, give me an updated come on, Sean. And
Come on, Sean.
beautiful.
That's
Dixon,
nuts.
good luck, man.
Good stuff. Thank y'all.
We'll talk to you again down the road.